when we build bridges, we spend a lot of time thinking about where the materials come from and whether they were made in China or not. And when you present a project and you say like all the materials are coming from this city and all the workers are coming from this particular section, people like love it. They're like, that's incredible, that's the way it should be. And when we transfer that over to things like, well, the guys who carry guns in your neighborhood are gonna come from 100 miles away. Like, people don't use the same logic. They don't expect the same things. And so it's fascinating to me that we expect that with things like bridges, which, okay, I don't want the bridge to fall down between Manhattan and New Jersey, but there's so much uproar over like where the materials come from and who works on this project, and yet day-to-day things like who carries a gun in my neighborhood is not scrutinized on the same level, and it's not prioritized. Nobody forms a union to say like everybody should be from this neighborhood. But people form unions to say like, no, you cannot buy Chinese steel. You cannot build with this stuff. And I mean, we do that all across the board, but when it comes to human capital, like we don't put the same expectations, we don't put the same requirements, we don't even put the same sort of critical thought into it. To me, this bridge analogy, I mean, it makes a lot of sense in the sense that I too want to build a bridge, but I feel like, the bridge, I'm not sure where it goes or where it comes from. It's more like, who's building it? What does it look like? And what are the materials we're using? You know what I mean? Before we start planning, or before the budget goes over contract, the contract goes over budget or whatever, like, there's a couple questions that I have about what it does and who got picked. And I don't think that we often really put on our critical lens in that sense.